Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the LEGO Lounge proudly brings to you its double speed champion of the world, your boy, MC! Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not just here to click some bricks. To be the man, you gotta beat the man. And baby, I'm the man. If you want to come for the king, you're gonna have to learn how to sing. If you want to take my card, you better mow my yard. What's up, peeps? It's me, your boy MC. Lego Light is on. I know, it was already on. We are live-ish in the LEGO Lounge, and you know what? Because I forgot to do it on the last episode, let's just get this dad joke of the day out the way. It rhymes, so it must be true. Y'all ever noticed how windy it is at the concerts? You know, you go see Aerosmith, Rolling Stone, you pick a band. You ever notice it gets real windy at those concerts? Because there's so many fans. Peeps! I picked these up, what, a few weeks back. I don't even remember now. It's been a few weeks. And I've been looking forward to building them, but I just keep having more. There's just been so many things. I'm trying to do some old stuff, some new stuff. So here we go. We're going to do a double Speed Champions build. We got the beautiful Bugatti Vision Gran Turismo set number 77253. And we've got the Lightning McQueen 77255. 270 pieces, 284 pieces. I think I'm going to start with Lightning McQueen, though. Man, you know, it's funny because I've not been the biggest Speed Champions guy. In fact, these are only my third and fourth Speed Champion builds ever. And technically, 3 of the 4 I've built this year. The other one is that Porsche up here. And then we got the Back to the Future, the DeLorean that we did. Oh, wow. Paper bags. And so many stickers. We did the DeLorean a few weeks ago on the brick off. But, yeah. I still technically have 2 more DeLoreans to build because I'm going to build the other versions. But I like it. I've learned to appreciate 5 bags for such a small set. This is all right. I'm okay with it. I guess that just means the bags are gonna fly by. Ah! See, I can do my own dad jokes sometimes. So many stickers. I mean, I know they call him stickers in the movie, but they couldn't have at least like printed the eyes on and the mouth. That would have been nice. It is what it is. You know how Lego does, peeps. Anywho, sidetrack. I have been learning to appreciate the Speed Champions a little more. All right, paper bags. We can try to do a little bit better for our environment. Anywho, so much. I do love the big, giant Technic sets or the bigger cars and whatnot. However, I have started to learn to appreciate these smaller ones, just because cost. I mean, as much as I do love the giant builds like my other Bugatti, which, you know, this is not the exact same build, but it's the same color. And I thought it would be a nice little brother for my other Bugatti. But also they just take up so much space. Which is, you know, in your early Lego building days, it's not a huge deal because you're like, hey, I've got all the space in the world. And then after, you know, 200 something sets, Or, in the case of some of you out there, probably like 2,000 something sets. You start to get to the point where that space starts getting harder and harder to find places to put things. So you get, which, to my knowledge, this is the first ever Lightning McQueen. I'm getting a phone call. Anywho, yeah, so space gets to be a problem after a while, but I think I was saying, I think this is the first Lightning McQueen set that's ever been done, so I don't think there's any larger ones, but even if there was, I think you get a really good... Now, I'll be the judge of that after I build this, for sure. But I think you get a really cool looking set without hurting your bank too much and without taking up too much real estate in your home. So I have really truly learned to appreciate the Speed Champions a lot more now. I'm not saying I'm going all in, because I'm not a big car guy. I like cars, and admittedly, I've built a lot more of them recently, but it's still not like my main thing. Anybody that's been here for a while, I think, knows that. Speaking of people that have been here for a while, I know I don't say it too much. I'm not one to ask. It's just not really my thing. But I just thought I'd remind folks, I am a Lumibricks affiliate. So if you are looking to purchase a Lumibricks set, please click on the link down in my description there. I've always got it in all my videos. It costs you nothing extra. It just sends you through my link, which allows Lumibricks to go, hey, this is to MC, and then, I get a small, tiny little fraction of what you spend back to me, which will all come back to this channel. So, anywho, peeps, I think what I'm going to do is I will build all of the first one, we'll transition right into the second one, and then we'll talk about it all at the end. So, peeps, let's just build. All right, peeps, we are done. Let's bring in. Chow, chow. Let's bring in the dream team here. We got our tag team champions. Got our Lightning McQueen and our Bugatti Vision Gran Turismo. It's quite a mouthful, man. First off, super fun, great builds. Let me give you guys the close-up since I haven't given. Well, we'll start with Lightning. If you didn't watch, if you skipped through the speed builds and the close-ups, then we'll give you a nice close-up of everything. So we got Lightning McQueen here. A lot of stickers. All around the outside. Oop. Even stickers for the taillights. But then, this is printed on, which, even the tires are printed on. There's a few elements in this set that are printed on that make my head go, huh, why did they do it this way? But you can even see the hood slightly raises and lowers for his mouth. Really cool trick they did here to get that mouth effect. Got some exhaust underneath. Got even like a drive shaft, which is kind of cool that they included that. They didn't need to include that. Then our close-up of our Bugatti. Again, a lot of stickers, unfortunately. I wish this focus would stop being so bad today. Really love these hubcaps on the Bugatti. But even here, like, look, we got printed elements here. We have a bunch of stickers. Stickers all over here. That's printed, which is cool. The light bar on the back of the Bugatti. It's all twisted. Some of this stuff is only hanging on by one stud. But mostly stickers, but then look at this. This thing is beautifully printed. Love the look of that cockpit. Then more stickers. So, there we go. There's your good close-up look on both builds. Boom. So, what do I think? First of all, they both look really good. I do wish I do wish there was less stickers. Especially on the Bugatti. Because, again, alright, I heard somebody make the argument. This is like one of the few sets, this and like the Nintendo Game Boy, where it makes sense to have stickers because in the movie, they called them stickers. He had stickers all over. And even though at the Game Boy, the cartridges, they actually had stickers, right? So, to some degree, I get it. But also, like, his eyes aren't stickers in the movie. They could have printed this panel. That would have been... Plus, there is some printing on this panel. On the side here, on the window, there's a printed little triangle on both sides. I'm like, so you printed that, but you just couldn't print the eyes right across the front. Just make this easy so nobody's got some crooked eyes, But, we all know it's Lego. So, but again, this little Rusty's down the side is printed, which is like, okay. If you could print that, why not print everything? Even the wheel well cover, that's printed. Strange choices, Lego. Hotline Bling, let me know. But they both look fantastic, despite some of my not so straight sticker placements. I do my best. I'm not the best when it comes to stickers, so both really good looking builds. Love that they printed the Bugatti eyebrow on this one. Your little minifig, he's pretty basic. I showed him off earlier, but I'll show him off again. He comes with hair too, but he's a race car driver, so why would I put hair on the race car driver? I guess if he's standing on the podium from having won. But there he is. He looks really good. He's got the little Bugatti. He's got his little, almost like a little, I don't know if that's a polo or if a race jacket, but a little bit of his number on the back, a little bit of printing around the edge. No printing on the legs. The khaki pants are kind of throwing me off. He does have a two-sided face, wearing his protective goggles underneath his protective helmet. But he looks pretty good anyway, and he comes with the standard wrench. It's funny to me. Seems like that would be something his driver, I mean his what is it called? The pit guys would have. Even the little controller in there, I thought it was a neat touch. They had two different controllers you could choose from. One that looks like an Xbox controller, and then the one that looks a little more like a real controller with some gauges and stuff on it. That was printed. So, anyways, this thing, even the front, even the number 16 in the Bugatti, that tile right there is printed. Just, I don't know. It continues, Lego continues to baffle me with the way they do stickers. But looks overall fantastic. Build experience. So, right off the bat, I thought it was really interesting that Lightning McQueen did not have the pre-built chassis like this guy does. So I thought that was awesome that you got to do a full brick-built chassis. Now they both have the, I guess the name for this would be like axle carriage, maybe? I'm not sure what this brick is called, but it's where you insert the axles. It's a little square U-shaped piece. What is this, 2x8, I think? 2x6? 2x8? I don't know. I think it's 2x6. 2x6 axle carriage, that's what I'm going to call it. So it did have that, but the rest of this was all brick built underneath. So that to me was super cool. I liked the way both sets, they used a lot of Seats bricks. There was several brackets so that they were constantly changing the angles to get the rounded shape of the car. Obviously there are some rounded pieces, but not a lot. Not a lot of rounded pieces. It was a lot of square pieces that they cleverly built at different angles in order to give you the rounded look. I really like the way they got the mouth. It's one of the little arches, and then you threw stacked up some plates in there to give you that white of the teeth, and then once you just put the hood down, you got the mouth. He looks really awesome. But yeah, really enjoyed the build process. Thought it was really, really fun. Again, stickers suck, but it is what it is. You just get used to it when it comes to Lego. But overall, again, they had a bunch of times where they were using like, especially on this one, there's a lot of use of like this. Boom. This is okay. Now it's gonna make a liar out of me. This is just held in, there you go, by some clips. So it was really funny because as I was going along, there's a few times I was like, man, this is an odd choice. They got you just putting like random bars around, and then later on, oh, look at that. You got some clips, and just clips in. It was several times throughout this build where you used like C-clips, U-clips, and then it eventually clipped something else into it later on down the line, like your spoiler here. So fun build techniques. I really, really enjoyed the way both sets came together, but this one especially had some just unique stuff. Like I said, no pre-built chassis. So that right there started you off at a different position. Really like the way they did these doors, which don't really open. And if they did, they sort of open in reverse, but they don't really. They had you put some rounded Seats bricks, 1x1s in there, and then you built this whole door section out, and it had I'm trying to remember what piece it used to connect down in there now. I don't think I can pull this out at this point without breaking something, but you just slid it down onto a rod, and then boom, you got that caved in, that the way that the door, so the front of the car is wider, and then it gets narrow at the middle, and then flares back out in the rear. So that was a sweet, sweet effect. they came up with for that. I like that trick. There are several places on both builds where things are only being held on by one stud. Never a big fan of one stud points of contact unless it's later on they're going to come in and like cover it up and secure it in there, but not the case with several pieces in this build. That's not the end of the world. Do love this trick too. The way they did this on the back here, get that over the engine space. You do have a little printed sticker for your engine. Got that little rod coming up the middle. Really thought that was awesome. Oh, I thought I got to turn my autofocus back on. They printed it on, which again makes you question it, but they do have that iconic, I guess, a reverse Nike swoosh almost. it's from Bugatti. It's on the big one I have too, and then they have it on here. Really love the way they captured that with the printed elements going around the edge. Really, really fun. Man, I really, really enjoyed building these. They're so small, but fun techniques. Really, really fun techniques. Interestingly enough, maybe it's because the Bugatti has the pre-built chassis and this one is brick built. This one is a bit heavier, even though this one has more pieces, which is kind of funny considering, again, this is a pre-built chassis and this is not. But man, love the tires. The Bugatti's got more of a low pro tire, which is cool, and then it's got these sweet looking rims. They got Michelin printed on them, and then they even have the little Michelin man up on the front on some 1x1 tiles. These ones say Lightyear instead of Goodyear, and they're nice chunky race tires. I like that they put some exhaust on them. I mean, again, I even love that they added this little fake axle going up the middle. It doesn't do anything, but it looks like an axle, or drivetrain, sorry, running up the middle. So cool. Some of this stuff, I was just like, I don't even know what these little rods underneath here are supposed to represent. I'm not a car guy, so I'm sure they mean something, but I just don't know what they are. But man, really, really, really fun. Value, I don't know. I don't remember. I'm sure they're slightly overpriced. Let me see if I can find the price real quick. Yeah, so they're both 28 bucks. So, you know, they're close to the 10 cents a piece that we've gotten used to with most things Lego these days. If I wasn't super looking forward to both of these cars, I probably would have waited until they went on sale to try to get them at a cheaper price. Lego got me with this one, man. I really liked, and I was looking forward to both of these for a while, so super happy to have them in the collection. I'm sure they're ready to speed off onto my shelf in there, join the other speed champions. But love them, love them, love them. Obviously, we only got a minifig with this one. It'd be kind of weird if this one had a minifig because there's no humans in Cars world. But yeah, good times. Really loved it. Anyways, peeps. I feel like Queen right now. We are the champions, my friends. Legos be champions till the end. Do-do-do. We are the champions. Build Legos be champions. No time for technique. You got 2 songs today, peeps, and the second one was improv. Peeps, I hope you guys enjoyed this. 2 super great builds. Again, it's up to you if you want to wait and see if the prices come down, but definitely they're standard Lego pricing. Nothing is out of the ordinary with this. So it's up to you, but I really liked them, so I got them, and now they get to go. Let's see. You know what? Let's see how they race. They do have different tires, so let me try to. I'm gonna try. Let's see. See how they race. You guys ready? I don't want to give nobody an unfair advantage. Same hand. Uno. I want to make sure they're straight. I don't want them to crash. Uno, dos, tres. Bugatti for the win! Poor Lightning McQueen. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. I don't know how that applies. Peeps! If you guys enjoyed this, please do all the things. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, ladies, gentlemen, start your engines!